What is going on, everybody? It is Gabriel here. Today we are going to be opening this 100-pound vintage, maybe some Y2K, I honestly can't even remember, Bale. I paid $650 for this, if I can remember correctly, and it's 100 pounds. I'm pretty sure it's mostly going to be t-shirts, so there should be like 100 to 120 items in here. I'm gonna do a little cost breakdown at the end. I'm also gonna let y'all know at the end who I got this from. I'm gonna give it a review, let y'all know if I think it was worth it. I couldn't find anything. I was able to get one of the bands off with the scissors. I'm like trying really hard not to obviously cut the clothing. Actually, before I fully open this, let me like show y'all the condition of the bale. So keep in mind, I took one band off, but this is literally like nothing else has been done to the bale. It's in all right condition. I know the person who shipped it, once it's shipped, you know, you can't really do anything. I will say right here, as you can see, on the side right here, it got ripped open, and it looks like whatever shirt this is right here is heavily stained. Hopefully this is just dust and it comes out, but I have a feeling whatever these items are right here are going to be heavily stained. I know, you know, there's only so much you can do when shipping a bale like this, because if it gets snagged on anything, even though this is like kind of heavy duty plastic, it breaks apart. It looks like other than that, I'm not seeing any other rips on here. I'm not going to flip it to the other side because it's where the label is. I don't want to leak my address, but so it looks like just that. Otherwise, decent condition, so yeah. All right. Whew. These bands got some explosive power onto them, chat. They really do. All right. That should be honestly enough for us to start pulling things out. The way I'm going to do this is it's so many items. Obviously, we will be here all day if I really sit here and go through every single item. So I'm kind of just going to like slowly show y'all each item, probably make it like a little time lapse, and then I'll stop if there's any like notable items, and then we'll kind of just, you know, kind of go over to everything at the end. So yeah, let's start breaking this thing open here. Open this thing up from the top. Try not to cut any clothing items. All right, I see some jeans in here, and I see some jackets already, so it looks like not just t-shirts. I honestly, I will go over a few things at the end, but it's been a while since I ordered this. That item that I was showing y'all, that has the stains on it. I can't get to it right now, but it looks like a really good Nike piece. Bro, that's actually so sad, bro. Okay, it's like a modern Nike. We'll get to it, but unfortunately, this is, I don't know if y'all can see the swoosh. It is a Nike piece that got heavily cooked. There's even some holes in it. That is sad. All right, this is like so compacted together. It's literally, okay, we got a Harley piece right here. Let's see if I can, it's so hard for me to pull anything out of here. We just start getting some things out. Here we go. All right, what are we starting off with? We're starting off with a little vintage Disney piece. Vintage Walt Disney World tag. I don't have time to go over conditions, so let's just start flying through this. Okay, a little True Religion full zip, women's probably, maybe kids. Okay, I have no clue what this is. This is a mid right here, a monkey bar tee. Stay toasted. It's literally just a monkey. What is this? We have a modern Russell Athletic tag, but it is a good college crew neck, so I'm not gonna complain about that. Looks like a kids medium Nike with some staining on the back, so trash. Ooh, chat. A good center swoosh, modern. Unfortunately has a little stain right there. That looks like a dye stain. So I don't know if I'll be able to get that out. Hopefully I can, because this is a good piece right here. Yeah, we have a little Nike I don't know, Manchester United jersey. This might be Booth. I'm not very good with jerseys, but still, replicas do sell pretty good. Okay, so we've barely touched the Bale chat, and so far we do have a few decent pieces. All right, I'm not sure what I paid per item at the end of the day, considering there is some outerwear and jeans in here. So it's probably going to be around $6 to $7 a piece. I can't judge it too much. We are just starting, but I'm seeing a lot of stained stuff. This is supposed to be a vintage Bale, and this is literally a modern tag. Like, this is a screen printed tag, like not even close to vintage. Definitely not vintage. I mean, it is a cool, you can't get it wrong with Dale Earnhardt, but like, this is a vintage Bale. What's that doing in here? And then like all the Nike pieces I've seen have been modern. Honestly, everything I pulled out so far has been modern, actually. Now I think about it, I pulled out like 10 pieces, all modern. And this is supposed to be vintage, so. But let's keep going. Ooh, okay. We have some Echo. I don't know why Echo United men's jeans. Nothing crazy on the back, but they are black Echoes, so they'll probably sell for like 20. That's a good pair of jeans right there. This is literally what I consider trash. This is a modern, majestic, like little Cubs. Like this is, you will never catch me listing anything like this, chat. Okay, we got some True Religion cargo shorts. These look like they are men's, and they look to be in decent condition, so that's a good find right there. I'm gonna have to cut another band off of this Bale because it is, y'all can't really see it, but even though it's all hanging out at the top, it is so hard to pull these items out. I will say, they did a good job at tightly packing this, so I will not complain about that part, but let me get another band off of this because this is like ridiculous. All right, we got another band off, so now we should actually be able to really start pulling some things out here. Let's see. Interesting. Vintage USA American teddy bear. This one's actually vintage. First vintage piece of the Bale, of the vintage Bale, 1996. Okay, we have another modern chat. This is kind of getting frustrating. Another modern, just basic Wildcat football. This doesn't even look like a college. This might be a high school. I'm not sure. Hopefully it's a college because I still can get some money for it if it is. Okay, we have a little Gap piece here. This looks modern. Yes, it is a modern Gap. Just button up. Oh, chat. This is annoying. Another modern, a North Face hoodie. I can get a few dollars for it, but again, another modern. Not even like Y2K, like literally just straight modern at this point. Okay, this is a good piece right here, chat. Another modern, but these Gap hoodies have been selling. I don't even know if y'all can see that. It's a pretty good Gap hoodie. Looks in good condition, so I'll take that. Let's see here. We have some Guess no Carpenter. Some cool Guess jean shorts. A little bit of distressing on them, but look to be in good condition. And these look like they are actually vintage, so that's a good pair right there. All right, we got a little bit. This is probably like early 2000s Champion reverse weave. It is pretty stained up, and reverse weaves don't sell for that much. So I don't even know if I will even spend the time to clean this. I might just run this on a whatnot. Actually, a lot of stuff that you see in this Bale, the good stuff, I'm not gonna sell no whole stain bullshit, but a lot of the stuff that's in this Bale will be running the day that this video releases, that night or the day after. I'll pop it up right here, the time and the date, but we are going to be running a lot of this stuff for $1 on Whatnot, so make sure you're there. I'm going to really need to go check at when I finish recording, opening this, but I am like 99% sure this was supposed to be a vintage Bale. I'm not sure if I got sent the wrong Bale or what's happening, but I have literally pulled out maybe 20 pieces and only 3 of them have actually been vintage. And for the most part, they've all been modern, not even like early 2000s. So I mean, a few decent pieces, but not what it's supposed to be. Of course, you cannot go wrong with a good like Y2K Echo full zip, but this is also modern. Honestly, for being a modern, I'll take it. A Carhartt loose fit pocket plaid button up. Okay, this is a nice piece right here. Oof, stained up though. Hopefully I can get it out. It is white, so that might be a problem, but it is a Ralph Lauren size XL, or this looks like a women's, but this might be worth some money. Y2K, I don't know, this is more like a modern tag. Pink Floyd, The Wall, long sleeve. We do have some Carhartt jeans. These are Carpenter, so they will get a few extra dollars. They do like they are, or they look like they are Y2K, a little bit of older tag, dungaree fit. They do have some staining on the front though, but hey, they're Carhartts. It is what it is. We do have some men's, hopefully. Yes, okay, good. This is a good pair right here, chat. We are getting a few good pieces, so it is making up for the fact that this is not a vintage Bale, but whatever. We have some men's True Religion jeans. These are the Ricky Relaxed Straights. Those look like they're in good condition. We have another modern, chat. It is only modern in here. Alabama Nike hoodie. We have another modern Notre Dame hoodie. I'm okay with the hoodies, chat. I'm not complaining about the items because actually, the pretty decent items so far. It's the fact that I ordered a vintage Bale and literally none of it is vintage. Ooh, this is a good polo piece right here. I don't know if y'all know, Polo is a very interesting brand because a lot of Polo Ralph Lauren stuff is literally trash, but then some of it sells for like hundreds of dollars. You just have to know. So anything like this that's like a very interesting, like you don't see every day kind of Polo, like this probably goes for a decent amount of money. I don't even know what the keywords for this are, but I would assume it obviously goes for more than a normal Polo. A white Nike center swoosh, but because of the hole in the Bale, it has heavy stains on it. Like I said, maybe I can get out, maybe, but unfortunately there's also some tears in it. Oh, that is so tough, chat. It is so tough. It is a medium, so it would have been a little tight on me, but would have been a good sale either way. That is so tough right there. We have a pair of vintage Giordacci. So getting a few vintage things here. Giordacci, I don't know if I'm saying it right. The men's Giordacci jeans have a decent sell-through rate, but they don't really sell for that much. So I only usually pick these up at the bins, not the thrift store. But I am happy with those. More Notre Dame. I actually like Notre Dame stuff. This is another modern Notre Dame full zip. It does have some stains on it, but they look like they would come out. Then we have a size large North Face, like it is like furry. This looks like a women's though, or maybe even a kid's full zip. Little Nike Tech, chat. But as y'all know, Nike Techs are modern. This is also stained up, but I hopefully can wash it. Nike Tech, they'll sell good. So, all right, we have this one does look like it is late 90s. Mariners jersey. This is not an actual jersey though, actually, now that I'm looking at it. This is not a jersey. It just has that feeling of a jersey, but I don't know. That might be giving me a few dollars. I don't even know what this is. Erica Badu. No clue. And we have a vintage Corona beach party. Or actually, this is probably modern. Like Y2K maybe. We have a very modern Nike Kids XL. Very lightweight, like very cheap feeling Nike Just Do It hoodie. Throwing that in the trash pile. Lauren 2XL. Just a good plaid 2XL, maybe $15. We have some black Tommy Hilfiger jeans. They are men's. I'm always good with getting men's jeans. Women's jeans typically, unless obviously they're good brands, sell for a little bit less, and I personally know a lot less about them. We do have a modern kids piece, chat. Another Ralph Lauren plaid right here. Also a 2XL. Purdue. This one is like embroidered, so that's kind of cool, but again, modern. This one is definitely vintage, probably honestly like 80s. Interesting. I'll have to do some research on this one, but it does feel kind of cheap. The Fox collection button up. We have some fake Prada, chat. At least I think this is fake. The tag does not look good on it. The tag does not look good on it. Weird sleeves. Weird length, but it is Prada. Tag looks a little sketch on it, chat. This tag does look sketch. I will do some research on that one. A modern Realtree camo hoodie. Honestly, can't go wrong with the camo hoodie. Another camo piece here. Another modern Realtree. This one's like a camo thermal with like the quarter button up. We have a cool little Y2K US Polo Association or whatever that stands for. I can't remember. We have a Mardi Gras Y2K. I've sold some Mardi Gras shirts before. They go for like $10. Another modern piece though. This is definitely very disappointed so far. I've not disappointed in the fact that I think I am going to make profit on it. I'm disappointed in the fact that almost all of this is modern. This is a modern Alabama Nike shirt. We have a vintage, scratch that, early 2000s Navy piece. The Navy, the Army, all those kind of shirts, it's very saturated, so the sell-through rate on those kind of shirts are bad. I mean, if you can get a cool vintage one or a cool design, obviously, it will sell fast, but like the basic ones like that aren't really worth anything. A cool little vintage Boston 1999 shirt with like a little crab right there. Kind of a cool tee. Looks in good condition. A Nike modern Live Strong with some stains on it. I don't know. Live Strong, maybe worth some money. I'll have to look that one up. We have an Alabama, let's see, tag is cut. This actually might be vintage. This might be vintage, Alabama Crimson Tide. Hopefully it's vintage because that'd be a good pull right there. Ooh, cool Harley Davidson. Damn it, the sleeves are cut off. I hate cutoffs. They go for a lot less, but this is a cool one. Let's see the date on it. No date. But this is a Y2K Harley tag. Cool little skull Harley cut off right there. Alright, so I just went ahead and cut 2 more bands off of it, so it shouldn't be too hard to open the rest. Alright, we got a modern Nirvana. Hate to see it. Modern Nirvana. Got the In Utero Angel on there. And it has some stains on it. Polo quarter zip sweater. Have some proper horrible brand, chat. I see the brand a lot at the bins. Camo, I guess will do all right, but any of their like cargo pants or anything like that you see, just leave them, chat. Proper camo pants, they do look to be in good condition, but not a good brand. Pass on that brand if you ever see it. Chicago Bulls modern women's long sleeve. Honestly, that's going in the trash. And I know for some of y'all might be like, what do you mean it's going in the trash? That either means that I'm donating it or that I'm just gonna wholesale it. I have a lot of clothes, so I can throw it in with some other wholesale. It's stuff that is, I'm not in the, as tech and sports say, I'm not in the storage business So when I get stuff that has like literally a 5% sell-through rate that will sell for like maybe $10, I'm not listing it, because you got to spend the time, you got to use packaging materials, you got to put in your SKU system, you got to spend the time to list it. It is not worth it, chat. Do not list bad items. You will go out of business. Do not do that. Don't waste your time, even if you end up getting them, you know, and even if you accidentally spend your money on them, just get rid of them, move on, try and get better inventory. Now, there are a lot of Notre Dame stuff, just a modern Notre Dame. This is actually another item that I would probably put in the trash. Again, I'm not putting anything in the trash. If I really don't want something that bad, I will donate it. We have a kids Chicago Bulls modern Adidas Derrick Rose shirt. I might list that actually, or put it on Whatnot. We'll see. All right, the bale is officially fully open, so now it's just falling out everywhere. I'm gonna do my best not to accidentally look at several things. Okay, we got a cool Harley Davidson. This one does, let's see, we've got a date on it. Usually Harley Davidson tees have it. Okay, 2004 actually would be considered vintage. Indiana, cool little back hit, and then just a big front hit on it. That's a cool one. Like, things like this probably will be on my Whatnot stream, so make sure y'all go tune into that. I have a center swoosh Red Sox Nike hoodie. This looks like a Y2K one. Happy with that. I have a Y2K Green Bay Giants with a big old fat stain right here that looks like it will not come out. So that sucks. I did kind of expect, obviously these bales come from, most of the time, rag houses. So I did expect a lot of stains. This is my first time getting a bale. I've always like strictly just stuck to Facebook Marketplace, the bins, flea markets, garage sales. If I do wholesale, it's always locally. I've never done a wholesale deal over the internet for real. So this is new to me, but it is a learning experience. So we have a interesting denim jacket, civilized. This looks like one of those like off-brand streetwear mall brands, if you know what I'm talking about. And it looks heavily distressed. I don't know if that's because it's supposed to. There is a lot of holes in this, so we will see if this is worth anything. Very interesting jacket right there. This is a modern Jordan, but it actually is a pretty cool Jordan. I feel like most Jordan pieces are ass, but this has an embroidered center front hit. It is a long sleeve, and then you got Jordan on the back. This actually might be worth some money, even though it's modern. So we just have a basic Polo Ralph Lauren with the pony on there. This is another item I would consider trash, even though it is Polo Ralph Lauren. It is the most basic of polos, and it's a small size. We have a Carhartt, just some basic Carhartt relaxed fit pants right here. Not even like cargo or anything, but you know, Carhartt pants sell pretty good. They have a decent sell-through rate. So we have a, what even is this, Chad? This is literally just, I don't even know. We have a new with tags. Never mind. Goodwill new with tags. Straight out of the Goodwill. Great. This is the kind of stuff you avoid at the bins. Literally just a pink. What is this, chat? This is the most trash item I've gotten in the whole bale. Literally has the Goodwill tag still on it. Another pair of Carhartts. Okay, cool. These ones have like the ripstop fabric, and they are cargo. So these are, and they are a big size, so that's cool. Those are modern. We have, that's crazy. I literally just got an Essentials Fear of God hoodie at the bins today, and now we got the sweats to match it. The Essentials Fear of God extra small, but these look really big for extra small. They do look pretty dirty, but they actually don't look like stains. They look like everything on here will come out. So pretty cool pair of pants right there. I know it's kind of hard to see, but cool little pair of pants, and those do look real. Like I said, I literally just was looking at a Fear of God hoodie I got at the bins. Cool, interesting, modern Yankees like quarter zip hoodie sweater with the embroidery in the middle. That's a cool one. We got a pair of Pele denim shorts. These do look like men's. I've actually never seen this brand before, so we will see if these go for anything. Another pair of Carhartts. These ones are heavily distressed. 36 by 32 cargos. Polo Ralph Lauren full zip. The Polo Ralph Lauren full zips always are a good sell, but modern again. Oh, this is a good one. This is like a vintage, this might be vintage, Polo Ralph Lauren cable knit sweater. This might be worth money. It might be worth nothing. It might be worth, or it might be worth some money. It is a small and it looks like it is a women's, but that might be worth something. Basic Wrangler black jeans. These are from Goodwill. I can tell they still have the little tag right there. And these are modern. We have a kind of cool vintage distressed Top Dog 1996 with the dog and like the cool truck right there. A modern NHL Reebok full zip. Chat, if you sell on Depop, do not list anything Redskins or Blackhawks. You will get banned. So unfortunately this cannot go on Depop. I will list it on eBay, but sports stuff usually sells better for me on Depop, so it sucks that I can't list those brands. This is a modern World Series 2021. You can't get much modern than that, chat. 2021 hoodie. Carhartts, yes, it is. I honestly won't complain about that, chat. A lot of Carhartts in here. Of course, they're all modern. A lot of them are just regular pants too, not cargos, but it's cool. We have a vintage Indiana University. This shirt probably used to be white and it is heavily yellowed, so this will probably need to be oxyed, which is a lot of work. I don't like putting work into things. Try to be efficient as possible. Another Kids Johnson Motors. So that is definitely trash right there. We have some Carhartt shorts. These actually are vintage. So a pair of vintage Carhartt shorts. You can tell they're older because of the leather tab and also the fact that the tag itself is paper. We have some, I don't know what these are, chat. Some Wrangler cargo pants, heavily stained, not listing those. We have some vintage Crimson Tide, so another Alabama. This one's actually pretty cool. Vintage 90s Alabama, cool back hit on it, and decent front hit. That's a good piece right there. Oh, we're getting into some, it looks like there are some pieces in here that they literally just threw in because they need to fill up the Bale. I will say, like, we're getting a lot of modern Gap, which is not a good piece. Like, this is not a good piece, chat. This is a modern kids Gap, like, shitty ass sweater. We have a Allen Iverson size medium, unfortunately, kids jersey. Probably going to be a whatnot piece. I just don't like selling kids stuff. I know some kids stuff does sell good. Another kids item, chat. Like, what are we doing? This is supposed to be a men's vintage Bale. Why do we have modern kids? I mean, it is True Religion, but come on. True Religion jacket. It is a kids. Since it's True Religion, I guess I will list it, even though I don't like listing kids stuff. We have another kids item, chat. What is going on? Size medium. Kids Jordan jacket. Another item that I will reluctantly list because I know it will still sell, but I just do not like kids items. Another kids item, bro. I'm finna crash out. Size extra small kids. Cool Star Wars sweater. Like, if this was a men's, I would be hyped right now. Like, this is a cool sweater, but it's kids. We have a little camo tee right here. Cannot go wrong. It is missing the tag. It is single stitch though. Just a vintage camo pocket tee. Let's see here. I've seen this one in the Bale. American Fighter. This might be like one of those like things like Tap Out where it's like an MMA. MMA stuff does sell pretty good. Okay, decent back hit on this. Good Y2K piece. I don't know if this is a good brand or not. The graphic is heavily distressed, so I don't know, that might be a Whatnot piece right there. What is this? Hustle Gang, another like shitty mall streetwear brand. Hustle Gang over everything, just a bunch of money. Definitely a Whatnot piece. Let's see, we have another Ralph Lauren full zip, but this one I think is a kid's or a women's. This one is says it's a large, so this is definitely a kid's. Lots of kids at the bottom of this bale. Another kids. Chat, what is going on with this kid stuff? The whole beginning of the bale, I was like, yes, yes, yes. At the bottom of this bale, it is complete dog water. All kid stuff. Architect is a decent brand for sweaters, but it's a kid's sweater, bro. Bro, I'm about to be listening to so many kids things. I'm about to be crying the whole time. We have a modern Gap, like just normal modern Gap shorts. Trash. We have a Quicksilver crew neck. It is modern, but Quicksilver, any like surfing stuff is kind of hype right now. So this will probably go in the Whatnot chat. I always got people coming to my Whatnot asking for surfwear. Size XL on that one, in good condition. We have a cool little biker piece, it looks like. Black Pistons, Illinois, West something. I'm gotta make sure this isn't like some like racist gang or something, but it is a cool shirt. Looks like it's vintage with the skeleton playing cards. We have a vintage I Love New York ringer tee. This is actually a cool piece. I don't know what it's worth, but it is like 80s, so that's a cool piece right there. Oh, this is a nice one, chat. This is a nice one. Let's see the date on here. No date. It is not single stitch, but I think it is late 90s, early 2000s, like almost wraparound Christmas peanuts. It is like December 16th when I recorded this video, so this probably go on the Whatnot. That way I can make sure someone gets it before Christmas. This is a good tee, though. We have a size XL modern, a lot of Notre Dame. Modern, though, so we'll see about that one. We have a size XL on the Y2K Gildan tag. Monster Muscle Car Weekend. Decent car tee, I guess. Long sleeve. We have a Winnie the Pooh vintage Disney Winnie the Pooh tee. Actually, this might be modern. Okay. We have this is the vintage starter Chicago, like, I thought it was it is a sweater, but it's a short sleeve sweater. Interesting piece right here, but it is vintage, so that's cool. We're getting down to the scraps, chat. We're getting down to the scraps of the bale right here. All right, we have some vintage. Ooh, these are orange tabs. Someone destroyed the tab on it. That sucks, but these are orange tabs. I can tell because there's like just a little bit of orange right there. Levi's 550 shorts. So this is a good, this probably go for a decent amount. It sucks that the orange tab itself is missing, but there's enough orange there that people would be able to know that I'm not lying about it being an orange tab. We have a Nike Dry Fit quarter zip. Another horrible piece right here. Modern Nike, like quarter zip, probably worth like $15 max with probably like a 2% sell-through rate. Okay, we have a modern NASCAR piece. I like NASCAR pieces. They sell decent on Depop, but again, it's not vintage. We have a cool, this one is vintage, but it is a kid's of like a Formula One car. That's actually a cool tee right there. It is a decent size, so like you could probably say this is a men's medium if you wanted. This is interesting. I don't know. It is heavily stained up. Hopefully I can clean it up. Fingers crossed. All right, chat. We are down These are the last pieces right here. These are the last pieces. Let me lift up my camera so I can give y'all my final thoughts. I don't know why my phone's like a little bit crooked. Hopefully it's not triggering anyone. Final two pieces, and then I'm gonna give you my thoughts on everything. Okay, this is a interesting piece. It is a modern Hollister Formula One tee. And it's a racing tee, so it's all right. We have a flannel or a plaid flannel line, blanket lined, whatever you want to call it. LL Bean jeans. Any decent brand that has that is lined jeans, I always pick up. So this is probably a decent brand, sell for a decent amount. All right, that is everything, chat. This is everything. There's a few pieces over here that are for sure trash. So we have about like 15 pieces there that are for sure trash. And then there's probably another 10 or so in here that I was just trying to get through it, and I just threw it over here. I would say, let me flip the camera over. Just double checked the conversation with the person I bought this from. I am going to give them a little a shout out right before I go totally in on them. I do want to be totally fair to this person. They are a middleman. But anyways, shout out to Nate Thrifts. He makes really good YouTube videos. I'll put the link in the description. He is technically the one who I bought the Bale from, but I know he works with a person who operates a rag house who actually ships the bales. He's kind of just like the middleman. So I don't want to put too much, I can't put this all on him, but I did check. This is supposed to be a vintage Bale. And I would say 90% of it was just straight modern, not even like mid 2000s, like literally like all last 10 years kind of items. Very disappointing. Obviously, when you order a vintage Bale, you expect at least half of it to be vintage. At least. Not even close to half of it was vintage. This was called a vintage mid Bale, but it is supposed to be A grade. So when it comes to clothing bales and wholesale, you have A grade and B grade, and then I think there might be C grade also. I don't know. A grade is supposed to be the stuff that has like no stains, no holes, like it's good quality. Anyways, so yeah, I paid $660 for this Bale, chat. It was supposed to be vintage. What I was saying about the A and B. So A grade is supposed to be good quality. Not that many items with stains or with holes. We had a lot of items with stains. I would say 60% of them have some sort of stain and or hole, and will need to be oxy, stain treated, washed. I have a feeling a lot of them, unfortunately, the stains are not going to come out. So that is kind of sad. Again, this is my first time buying a wholesale Bale, so I don't know if this is normal. I thought with it being A grade that I knew there was going to be some items with stains. There was a lot more than I expected. It was $660 for the Bale. I just counted the items out. There was exactly 110. So 660 divided by 110 is $6. I should have done that one in my head. $6 a piece. Whew, let's see. I think it was worth it, honestly. I'm just going to come out and say it was worth it. I am heavily disappointed that most of it wasn't vintage. Assuming I can get the stains and I can't get the holes out. What am I talking about? Assuming I can get the stains out of majority of the pieces that are worth listing, I do think I could maybe double my money. I will at least make my money back safely. So that is a good thing, because you never know when you're ordering wholesale for the first time from someone what you're getting. So being able to make that money back is already like a very, I'm happy with that. But I do think we will make a few $100s, like nothing crazy. It was $660.
I would be happy if we make $1,000 after fees. I think we could do that, hopefully. There was, again, mostly modern. With this Bale, I was actually entered into a giveaway. And I won this giveaway 2 weeks ago, chat. So I won this giveaway with, like, Nate was doing this little promotion, or whoever his wholesaler is was doing this promotion, where the next, like, 11 people who bought a Bale with them, they were going to get entered into this giveaway with, like, I'll pop it up right here with, like, some Carhartt jackets, some vintage NASCAR pieces. I was going to buy the Bale either way, but I happened to get entered into that giveaway, and I happened to have won the giveaway, which had several Carhartt jackets. Everything was on hand, ready to ship. That's what I was told. And it has now been 2 weeks since I won that giveaway, and I still do not have a tracking number. I've been told, though, that it was dropped off at the post office, but I don't have a tracking number, so who knows? It's a giveaway. At the end of the day, I didn't pay for it, but, you know, when you win a giveaway and it's on hand, obviously they're showing me the items that's in the giveaway, meaning, like, it should be shipped within a few days, realistically. It wasn't, and so I was asking, you know, where's it at? And then I was told, instead of it being shipped, you know, even though it was on hand, instead of it being shipped as, like, pretty fast after I won the giveaway, I was then told it would be shipped with my Bale. Now I have my Bale, and I still don't even have the tracking number for the giveaway. Again, I just want to preface everything that I'm saying that is a negative. I do not want to put it on Nate himself. He seems like a really good dude. I haven't really talked to him besides, like, Discord DMs, but I can tell by his YouTube videos that he seems like a good guy. It just seems like a lot of this comes down to the person that he's middlemaning for. So that has left a sour taste in my mouth. Hopefully I received the giveaway, because that is some cool stuff, and I am happy I won it, but I still haven't received it. So we'll see. There were, out of the 110 items, I would say 50, maybe 50 of them are eBayable items, meaning they have a decent sell-through rate, and I will be able to get a good return on them. And then I would say another 20 to 30% is going to be, or actually no, I would say 20% of the items is trash. It either is going to have holes, too many stains. Modern kids or modern sports, for the most part, is going to be redonated or given to someone who has value in it. For me, that is not something that I'm going to spend time on. It's not even something that I'm going to waste preloading onto a whatnot show. It is not a valuable inventory to me. And that was about 20, maybe 30% of the Bale. Honestly, probably 30% of the Bales, it was stuff that I can't sell. So let's say 50% eBay items, 20% good, decent whatnot items that I can, you know, obviously turn around really fast because it's a whatnot show. And then another 30%, and for me, just unsellable items. So that's pretty good. Like I said, I'm happy with it. This is the first time I've ever gotten a Bale. Just one last shout out to Nate. No hate towards him. And if this Bale look good to you, then you can literally just go buy one in the Discord. Fair warning, because I did not say this part. This took over a month to get to me. Actually, let me check the date right now. I sent payment on the 19th, I'm pretty sure. The 19th of November. Today is the 15th or the 16th. So it took almost a month exactly. Another problem with this is that when I bought the Bale, he said it was on hand, ready to ship. And then it took almost a month to ship. So I know that there was some things I discussed with him that, you know, there were some issues with this wholesaler, yada yada. Another just thing that left a bad taste in my mouth. But the Bale got here. It was in decent condition. Besides that, unfortunately, really good Nike center swoosh that looked like it got cooked. But yeah, I don't really know what else I have to say about it. Hopefully this wasn't too long of a video. I know a lot of you guys are always out there looking for vintage bales, looking where you can get one. There's not really that many videos on YouTube of people even opening them in the first place. So I feel like this was a good experience for me and for you guys. If this seemed like a good bale for your business, like, of course, go buy a bale from Nate. He will make sure you get the bale, so you do not have to worry about that part. You will not get scammed by him or anything. You will get a bale. If for whatever reason the person he is currently working with doesn't ship it, he's a good guy. He has relationships with other rag houses and wholesalers. You will get the items you pay for. I can't guarantee when you get them, if you'll get them a week after you buy them, or a month after you buy them, or 2 months after you buy them. I can't guarantee that part. You will get them though. So if you guys are wanting to kind of get something like this, experiment for yourself. Obviously, every bale has different items, so maybe yours will be better, maybe yours will be worse. I don't know. You can always go join him. I'm actually pretty active in his Discord. If you ever see me in there, I go by Kenneth in his Discord. So I'm pretty active in his Discord. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Go join his Discord. That's where you can buy the wholesale at, is in his Discord server. And I feel like I'm giving free game right now because most people I've seen do videos on opening these bales. They're either from very shitty bale websites where you should just never buy them and the review is always bad, or if it's a good bale, they don't tell you who it's from. I feel like mine's a little bit in between, but I am actually going to tell y'all where it's from. I want to be transparent. I'm not going to gatekeep. So yeah, if y'all have the money and you want to try it out for yourself, go buy a bale from him. Besides that, chat, I don't know why I keep calling y'all chat, but I kind of like it, so I'm just going to keep saying it. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, and give me like any suggestions if you feel like I'm being too harsh, if you feel like I'm being not harsh enough. If you see anything maybe you want, make sure y'all join that whatnot. I think it's going to be whatever this time says. Whatever this time says, I'm going to be doing a whatnot stream. A lot of the good pieces in here will be in there. Some of the bad pieces, in my opinion, will be in there. Not the really bad pieces, because I don't put bad stuff in my whatnot streams, but like the mids. It is a mid bale, but y'all get the point. So a lot of stuff is going to be in that stream, plus a ton of other stuff. This whole rack behind me right here, about 100 items already preloaded into my whatnot stream. And then down here, you got that pile of clothes from the bale. So there's going to be a lot of stuff on that whatnot stream. Make sure y'all there. $1 starts. Yeah, I'm going to see about uploading another video in like a week or so. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all later.